Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name's Rebecca, I'm 44 years old and I used to suffer from multiple sclerosis, but I no longer experience any of the symptoms since starting the carnivore diet nearly 2 years ago. In today's video, I wanted to talk about a topic that's recently blown up online and started going viral, and that is the sugar diet. So somebody commented on one of my recent videos and that was what brought it to my attention. And then I started seeing other YouTube videos suggesting the topic of the sugar diet. So I've looked into it a little bit. I don't know that much about it other than basically it's the opposite of the carnivore diet. So whereas the carnivore diet eliminates all sugars and your principal supply of energy is fat or ketones, the sugar diet does the opposite. It eliminates all fat and your principal source of energy is glucose or fructose or whatever type of sugar that might be. I think everybody agrees that the combination of the two, sugar and fat, is bad for you and you're going to put on weight. So basically the crux of the argument is which is better, sugar or fat as an energy source. I have my concerns about the sugar diet, obviously, as a carnivore, but the first thing I want to say is that I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. Body sovereignty is one of my deepest held principles, whether that's to do with diet or medication or whatever it might be that might be going into a body. It's up to the person to decide whose body that it is. And yeah, so I am not criticizing, I am not judging, but I do have a perspective, and that's based on my experience as somebody who used to be very ill and to the point of disability before I started this diet, and I'm now fully functioning, and I've come to learn or understand many things about diet that have been very surprising for me, because they seem to go against guidelines, but my experience has overridden those guidelines. And another thing that's really important to say is that I think a lot of people doing the sugar diet are coming at it from a perspective of wanting to lose weight or wanting to get ripped. And many people who are on the carnivore diet, not all, but many people on the carnivore diet have got chronic illnesses and they're seeking to get well again. So I think that's very different perspectives from which to approach diet. And you know, maybe the sugar diet works if you do just want a whole load of energy to go out and work out. Maybe it does make you lose weight fast. But what other substances have that effect? Cocaine, for example. I see sugar as a drug, and there are lots of tests that show that it lights up the brain like cocaine does, and it's addictive. And the energy that's giving you is basically not very sustainable. It's you know, your blood sugar spiking, your insulin is spiking, and then you're going to crash afterwards, and then you're going to want more of the drug. So it's not very good for your metabolism, as far as I understand. And fat is not like that. It's a much more sustainable energy source. So that's what I've directly experienced. I feel much more like on an even keel, and I can go for a lot longer without eating. And when I'm hungry, it's, you know, I've gone for quite some time without eating, and rather than, you know, peaks and crashes. So it seems to me that nutritionally there wouldn't be a lot going on with the sugar, with the sugar bombs in the morning and sugar bombs in the evening. It's pure energy, and that energy you could equally get from amphetamines, you know, so I would be wary of that personally. So yeah, I think, you know, sugar fasting is what some people do. So they'll eat sort of lean proteins and veg, and then pure sugar for like however long, 24 hours, 72 hours. That's the weight loss protocol, I think, and yeah, so it's, to me, that's just asking for trouble. Also, your body needs fat. That's the other thing that I would say in response to the sugar diet, is your body needs fat, and it needs fat for many reasons. It needs it for hormones, so testosterone, estrogen, cortisol and vitamin D are made out of cholesterol, and we need cholesterol for hormones to be produced and to function properly. Also, the myelin sheathing in the brain, which is wrapped around the nerve fibers, that's made of cholesterol. So as somebody who is diagnosed with MS and is also perimenopausal, you know, the presence of fat in my brain and in my body is of utmost importance to me. So I would be concerned about depriving my body of that. Also, I haven't seen many people talking about the effect on teeth of the sugar diet. So everybody knows that sugar destroys enamel. Aren't you going to get cavities and tooth sensitivity and receding gums and all of that? To me, it just seems like the sugar diet is actually potentially pretty dangerous. And I know that the same could be levelled at me as a carnivore based on the official food pyramid that we have. And you know, people would say that my high consumption of fat is dangerous, and I would dispute that. So I'm sure people watching who are on the sugar diet would dispute the fact that the sugar diet is dangerous. However, those are my concerns about it, based on my direct experience of benefiting so hugely from a fat-based diet and from eliminating sugar. So that's basically what I have to say about it. But as I said at the very beginning, you do you, but also feel free to comment and discuss, because I do think that the internet has sort of descended into mudslinging, and informed, mature debate seems to be waning. So I would welcome different perspectives, and I would welcome further information. And what do you guys know? Where's this sugar diet thing come from, and what's it all about? All right, take care guys, see you in the next video. Bye.